All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we are live in full effect right now with West Coast veteran. You already know what to do. We got the one and only LG from the Bay right here, live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. The best as I can be down here in Canada. We're about to go back on another lockdown, so it's just going to be me in the studio grinding 24/7 like it has been the past year, man. How's everything out there on the West Coast with you? I hope you guys are living life to the fullest.
Man, we doing good. It's raining right now, so we maintaining. COVID threw us off a little bit, but, we making it happen, maintaining and representing and making sure the West Coast stay on top.
Hey, man, that's the best way to be, man. I got to say, hopefully down here in Canada we can actually get back to relatively normal life soon, just like you guys, man. But I know you're a busy guy, man, so I'm going to dive right into this broadcast. But I want to take you back to the beginning of your amazing career, and I have to ask, man, what actually made you decide to pursue a career within the music industry initially?
So when I was 12 years old, I met Tupac when they actually filmed Poetic Justice in Oakland. And I was just a kid at a rec center where I grew up at. And, just being a kid, being in different areas where you're growing up poor, and I actually had to go to this rec center to eat free lunch every day in Defirmary Park in West Oakland. And so I was eating lunch one day at the rec center. I looked up and I saw Tupac walking up, and it was just amazing that I was able to see my favorite rapper and meet him. I was able to meet him. He spoke to me. Me and a couple relatives and a couple other youth at the facility. And so, he asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I said I wanted to be a rapper. And he gave me a few dollars. He said I can, aspire to do anything I want to do in life. And ever since then, it just kind of stuck with me. And, looking up to Too Short, looking up to MC Hammer, Master P, a lot of artists out of the Bay Area back then, watching the box, the old school channel, the cable channel out of the Bay Area, man, it was just so inspiring. So, just growing up, being in school, making beats on tables, not doing my schoolwork because I was writing raps, and, I just knew that music was for me. I was introduced to the studio at an early age, and when I first heard my voice on an actual playback, I just knew I had something. And then when I played my music back then, a lot of people said that I had a radio voice. So I just kind of stuck with it, and here I go.
I gotta say, man, it's really cool that you actually had the opportunity to meet the one and only Tupac Shakur, man. Well, was that the only encounter you actually had with him back in the day, or did you actually meet him another time?
Nah, it was crazy because, back then I had met him, and then, just recently about, I would say 5 years ago, I actually did some graphic work with the Outlaws, just kind of behind the scenes. I did some work with his producer, DJ Duro. It was just kind of like the universe just brought things together, man, and just, doing one thing led to another, and, networking and meeting people. I was able to just network. I met with him, and then when he passed, I actually was able to network with his people, and that was just inspiring to me.
And also as well, man, June 16th of 2019, you actually released the phenomenal 11-track album titled World on Fire. I was wondering if you can tell us a bit more about this phenomenal record, and of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of it today?
Oh, man, World on Fire. So when I create an album, there's always a reason behind it. And in Oakland that year, the city was really on fire. The Oakland Hills was on fire. We had a lot going on with the fires here in California. And then, as far as Tupac's birthday, it just kind of made it more, personal with releasing the album. The album could be, streams picked up on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, all platforms is available. And, I definitely appreciate you for picking up on that jewel, man. It brings chills to me knowing that you checked it out. And, I just thank you for the feedback.
I gotta say, first and foremost, man, my favorite song off that was actually Beast Mode Anthem, man. That's always my go-to joint when I listen to that record.
That's crazy. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was given it was a blessing that I was able to write that song for Marshawn Lynch. I actually know him personally. I know his family. And I was in the Beast Mode shop in Oakland, and, I said, hey, Marshawn, let me let you hear something. And he put on the headphones, and he wasn't really paying, I didn't think he was paying attention to the song because he was in his phone and having another conference. And so when he took off the headphones, he was like, that was dope. And I was like, huh? He's like, that was dope as fuck. He said, get your money, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. And, he gave me the green light to actually release that and earn my income off of that and, just do more music within the beast mode and the Raider culture.
And the one thing I have to ask before we move off the topic of this record, man, the one song that I always thought of, man, when I believe it was like track 8 or 9 on the record, $1 Million Spot. The one thing I was always thinking, man, is that actually you paying homage to the one and only E40?
I'm paying homage to E40. Be legit, yes, sir. A lot of people, if you listen to the actual lyrics, it all ties in, and that was one of my favorite songs, $1 Million Spot. And I like to create, but I like to recreate as well. I accept challenges, and I give 1,000% in my music. So I definitely love that record. I reached out to one of my young boys out of Texas, and Young Paso, he's on the hook. I rewrote the hook, and I had my boy Big Face Mel, my nigga, myself, and Young Paso, and we actually, recreated history on that record. I know E40 heard the record, and I actually got a remix coming out with Bank Money, ENT, Bank Money. That's the remix, $1 Million Spot, coming real soon. So I got there's another project coming out through Bank Money Entertainment. It's Bank Money, Not Your Money, $1 Million Spot, coming soon.
And also as well, man, you are actually the CEO and founder of iRap World Apparel. I was wondering, what actually made you decide to start up this company? And of course, what services and products do you actually offer to the general public today?
So iRap World stands for Independent Rap World. And I started that back in 2010 because, being an independent artist, I didn't really have the funds and the capital to actually invest in myself, so I created the platform myself where I offer marketing, promotion, distribution. I have graphic design. I created my own clothing brand. I created a website that showcased independent artists. So the I is for Independent Rap World, and you can find all independent music on irapworld.com. We revamping the website right now, but it's all independent. I was inspired to release clothes because merchandise is always a plus to have, and it's just about branding, and also when I wear my own brand, I rap, I let people know that I rap. You get what I mean?
And I gotta say as well, I checked out on your Instagram some of your apparel, man. I gotta say you got a fire clothing line, man. I really want to encourage individuals that are listening, man, that make sure you head on over there and snag yourselves a t-shirt or a hoodie, man. I'm telling you, wear the Bay right on your back, man.
I appreciate that, man. Y'all got some good merch up there. Shout out to my supporters that caught some merch. They represented it to the fullest. Go on my Instagram, click in the link. It's a link tree. You can find all type of merchandise. I wrote a kid's book, Stopping the Violence, to inspire kids to put the guns down. You can find my new music, my videos through my Instagram. And, I just appreciate everybody for their support.
And also as well, March 24th of 2020, you actually teamed up with the one and only King Real to actually release the collaborative single titled Big Drippin'. I was wondering, how did yourself and King get connected? And of course, what is the story behind this collaboration?
Oh man, so King Real, that is a great question. Me and King Rail, we have friends through my production team. He's cousins with my nigga, which is, my engineer and also one of the dopest artists out of the Bay Area. Me and King Rail, I took King Rail with me on tour because I threw an independent artist tour here in the Bay Area. I had about, I would say, 10 to 12 independent artists on the roster. We went from, it was like a 6-city tour, and King Rail performed. And then once he stepped on stage, I knew he was hot. We did the song called Big Drippin'. That just came together. He heard the song. He was like, hey, man, I really got to get on this. And we made history on that one. The video's coming soon, too. It's going to be like a bust-down Fortnite type video. And, just King Rail, man, he's one of the new dopest upcoming artists out of the Bay Area. Whip World, King Rail, he's dope, man. I inspire everybody to go check out King Rail.
And I have to ask, man, do you guys actually have anything anything in the works? Because I got to say, you guys had such phenomenal chemistry on that single.
Yeah, King Rail, he actually reached out to me to jump on his album. He's got a project coming out soon, so we're supposed to connect and, just let the chemistry flow. I'm actually, on my next album I'm working on right now, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to title it, what I actually want to bring, into the world for my digital footprint and legacy, what I want to leave. And, I'm going to reach out to him, and we're going to definitely put a project together.
And also as well, man, one of my favorite singles that you actually dropped was actually July 10th of last year, where you actually released a song titled 400 Years featuring Paso. I was wondering, could you tell us a bit more about this phenomenal single? And of course, what was it like working with Paso in the studio?
Oh, man, when 400 Years came out, I just thought about what we were going through at the time with the police brutality. There was a lot going on with, African Americans and, just racism itself and, equality. And it was just so much going on to where I reached out to Paso. I said, hey, man, we did $1 Million Spot, but now we really got to reach out to the world and let them know, just kind of let them know through all the pain, we still can make it. We still got to let people know that we survivors, being African American, being black, we still out here representing, protesting, we still together, and we still strong. That record is it cuts so deep, and that was the whole point of me making that record, is to make everybody feel the pain of, dealing with slavery for 400 years. And it's sad that, things still happen in regard to police brutality, and not just that, just black on black, violence, crime. But, I just wanted to shed some light to the world with that record. And working with Paso is always a pleasure. We're never in studio, so I'll reach out to him, I'll shoot him a beat, or a verse, and he'll, write to it, or he'll record it, send it back, I'll send it to my engineer, and it comes back complete. The producer's on the track, man, Bop on the beat, he's a dope producer, and I encourage you guys to follow him. It's just that record cut so deep, man, and the video is coming soon. We're working that out right now. That video is really going to touch the world.
And also as well, your most recent release is actually titled Raindrops, that was actually released this past summer on July 19th. I was wondering, what is the story and inspiration behind this brand new recent release? And of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of it today?
Man, Raindrops was real personal. Me being from Oakland, just kind of being poor, just being out there in the world, not knowing who I was growing up. I just felt like I was a rose that grew from concrete. Definitely inspired by Tupac as well. But it's like, having no father figure at home and listening to Tupac's music, and that's like who raised me. I was raised through music with different artists, and, of course I had uncles and a grandfather, but it just seemed like a person who can relate to you, your life through music, and just hit everything on point and make you feel better, you know, that right there, and motivate you, that right there, you know, it just touches me. You know, Tupac always let people know that through any situation, everything can be okay. You know, so Raindrops, you know, was definitely one of those situations where I just had to let the world know how I was feeling. And a lot of people don't know I was dealing with depression for a very long time. You know, just being an artist, being from Oakland, dealing with COVID, dealing with my past, and then still trying to figure out who I am and, you know, where I want to be. So the Raindrops is really, really, really personal. And I just encourage everybody to listen to it because if you listen to my music, you'll get to know who I am. And that can be streamed and also bought on iTunes, Spotify, all social media platforms. Just, you know, type in LG from the Bay, THABAY, and it'll come up.
And also as well, 1 month after that, man, in August, you actually announced via Instagram that you have your own West Side Story red wine available. I was wondering, what actually made you decide to get into the wine business? And of course, how can our listeners get their hands on a bottle today?
Man, so what happened was, you know, I'm a man of many hats, and I was actually a limo driver. And I met a guy in Napa, and he was like, yeah, man, it's all about branding. You know, if you want to release your own wine, I can show you how to do it. So, you know, him and I got together, we talked. I was able to, you know, choose my own flavors, taste the wine, and, you know, just package it and have it available. So, you know, reach out to me through the DM. I can actually send you a bottle. I have bottles for $37 to $50, on up to $100. Just DM me. Also, links are going out up into my Instagram real soon because I had to revamp the actual bottles and the colors. We actually figured out what colors work best and attract. It's all about marketing and branding. So the revamp for 2022 is going to be crazy.
But I have to ask, man, other than the wine business, your brand new single, I have to ask, what is next for yourself, LG from the Bay, man? Is there anything we happen to miss during this broadcast? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on the Canadian FM dial this evening.
So for me, I think I'm really going to get to understand and learn the business more of distribution, getting my streams up, really focusing on you know, just the deeper side of the business of music, and, you know, just not relying so much on looking for big labels to pick me up. It's more so staying independent and, you know, just creating more products, branding myself, and then actually branding my label to iRap World Entertainment and the platform, also helping independent artists, you know, get their exposure. Sort of like World Star, I have a platform and a capability to showcase independent artists worldwide. And me being a CEO and being able to step into the realm of technology and developing apps and, you know, having the capability of showcasing new videos and talent, I think as I still produce and put out content and music, I'm actually going to go ahead and really focus on, you know, getting behind the artists and, you know, just better in the business of helping other people and, you know, building streams of income that way.
And also, LG, this is the time in the interview quickly, man, right before I wrap things up, that I give a chance for the individual that slides to the radio station airwaves. Just a chance to give, like, shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to. But most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything LG from the Bay if they're not already doing so.
For sure. So I want to just say shout out to Bank Money Entertainment. It's Bank Money, not your money, pussy. We getting it in 2022. $1 Million Spot remix coming soon. Thanks for the motivation, Big Bro. Appreciate you. Shout out to Sarby Child, one of my top producers, the top Bay Area producer that's been behind 95, I'm going to say 99% of my beats. Sarby Child, the most underrated producer out of the West Coast in the Bay Area. Shout out to my nigga, my engineer, you know what I mean, for putting my music together and making sure that I'm presented real well. Shout out to my boy Kelly 510, one of the artists I used to rap with back in the day in '93. He's actually my videographer. We worked together on Getting Money project, and also he shot my Raindrops video. Shout out to King Real, keep your head up, keep doing good music. Shout out to Adante Fontaine, keep killing the game. Shout out to Do Damage for the Big Drippin' single. I appreciate you. Shout out to my family, my kids. Shout out to my supporters. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to everybody who, you know, is behind my music, the listeners. Shout out to you, you know, DJ. I appreciate you and the platform, the Outlaw Radio platform. I got some connections in Canada too. Shout out DJ Bankrupt. You know, shout out to the world, man. If it wasn't for people streaming my music and believing in my music and depending on my music to motivate them, you know, I wouldn't keep making music. I do it for the people. I do it to inspire people. Sometimes I just do it, you know, because I know that this is what I always wanted to aspire to do. And, you know, I just know people depend on my music to help them get through day-to-day situations. I'm a realist, man. With my music, I learned that the key to good music is motivation and good quality and branding and people, you know, the people depending on you and you reaching out to your fan base and showing them appreciation. Because I got a lot of people, man, that support me that are complete strangers. They're still buying CDs, they're buying merch, they're reaching out to me. A couple of my fans have COVID. You know, I reach out to them, make sure they're doing okay. You know, we all dealing with this COVID situation, man. It's been kind of weird, and it's just best to make sure you check on your family and your friends and your fans, man. And just keep good people close to you and people that's sharp and smart around you. You know, people that's gonna keep you fed knowledge with a whole bunch of knowledge and wisdom and game. So those are my shout outs. Follow me on Instagram, LGFromThaBay, LGFromThaBay. That's what I use the most. Shoot me a DM, follow the links, stream all my music on all platforms, please. I just encourage people to stream the music because as an artist, sometimes we give 1,000% and we just give so much, and all we ask for is just people to just stream the music. And, you know, that just helps us not just financially, but it just helps us to continue to go because sometimes we feel like giving up, man, and, you know, just knowing that somebody is depending on the music and just listening to it and giving us good feedback and words of encouragement as well, it keeps me going. So I appreciate all the artists that, you know, that I collaborate with, Jay Dames, like I said, Adante Fontaine, the Bang God, Stunamo, Bang Money Entertainment, and just my real supporters, man. I appreciate y'all. Anybody I'm forgetting, you're not forgotten because I always do. I'm doing this music for y'all, so I appreciate y'all.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, man, thank you so much for just taking the time out of your busy evening and actually sliding into the 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM airwaves, man. It definitely was an honor and most definitely a privilege to welcome you onto the radio station airwaves this evening.
Man, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for reaching out as well. I'm hoping to get nominated, you know, next year. You know, I'm just one of those artists, man, that I'm gonna keep going and keep striving and keep moving on until the world see me, you know, and until the world hears me. So I appreciate you. Everybody, please go stream my music. Go pick up World on Fire. Go pick up the new project. It hit different. You know, the good music is there. The great music is right here. You listening to the voice behind it. And I appreciate all my supporters, and thank you, DJ, so much.
Hey, man, you are most certainly welcome, man. Definitely have yourself a wonderful night out there in the Bay, man. Thank you so much again.
You too. Take care. Stay safe.